Alright, so we're back here. Let's have a look at our animation so far. We've blocked this animation using our symbol of a ball. Everything looks pretty much more or less the same, like how we saw it in the rough. But here's when we actually add more drawings. As you can see here, going from here to here, that's about how many frames? That's 9 frames before we hit the next drawing. So we gotta add more drawings so that we fill all the gaps between here, all those parts that do not have any movement, like it's static. All that staticness, we need to do something about it. So let's start and do blocking plus. So let's look at it frame by keyframe by keyframe. So looking at this drawing, going to that drawing, I'm using the shortcut alternate comma and dot. So from here to here, what do I want to do? I think I want it to, tween, but how long? So let's see. I know I want to expose the 8 frames and then only then start to move. So I'm gonna F5 here because I need more drawings, and I'm gonna create okay, tell you what, before you even do that, maybe it's a good idea to also, if you don't want to mess up your previous blocking, that nice blocking that you have, what you can do is, like me, you can save it as a separate file and call it something like blocking plus maybe, and the previous one was blocking, so now we're doing blocking plus. And another set of thing you can do is create a new layer, copy whatever you had here, right mouse button, copy that and paste it in here into a new layer. This one we can hide, and lock it, why don't we? And I'm gonna select that layer, double click and say this will be my blocking plus. Alright, let's just pull that out so that you see exactly the label of the layer. So that's gonna be our blocking plus. So then you can see how that is actually different from what we had in blocking. Alright, let's start. So I did say that I want it to be exposed for 8 frames. 8 frames only, then start the animation. So I'm gonna hit F5, add more frames to it. Here I'm gonna hit F6. So 8 frames, and then here's where our animation squashes there. So I can actually right mouse button and say create classic tween. So it's gonna tween like that and shoot up, okay. We can do one of several things. Let's have a look at it. That's not bad. I think that's a good timing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 frames before it squashes. But the way it eases is something that we need to fix. So let me just switch on onion skin. If you see this, everything seems like it's moving in an even fashion. Means that what it's doing here is it's basically squashing the same way in every frame before it hits that drawing. So the way it squashes is about the same space from one to the next. The speed of it, see, it's like mechanical, it's like the same speed. So we don't want that. We want to introduce some eases. So we can do that exactly. What we can do is, maybe we can say it very quickly goes down there, or it like slowly goes into there and very fast squash. So we can do that. I'll say it, I want it, so I'm gonna select the tween by clicking in the middle there, and I'm gonna find my ease, and here it is. Alright, so we can choose settings here if you wanted to. So I'll say ease in, like so. And let's have a look. If we switch on onion skin, you'll see that it's going to ease into that. Means that it will fastly go into that movement and slowly get into the squash. just show that so you can see it better. So it goes from this look, it very quickly goes there and slowly gets into that squash. So that's an ease in to that drawing there. Yeah, so you can choose from this. Can be, you know, your ease in, or, you know, there's more options here, but it all depends on what you want to do. I mean, graphs are there for a reason. If you understand the way graphs work, by all means you can do that, and you can actually really enhance the look of the graph and really push that ease, so it will look all sorts of ways. So it's up to you what you want to do here. Yeah, I just want to make it like, yeah, like something like that. That will do. Or you can use the values here. That also does its job as well. Right, so that's just like that. So I'm gonna play with the values. You can actually just, you know, change the values and see what effect it does to your animation. Like this one here, it actually slowly eases out, and then sorry, yeah, so the eases out and then eases into that one, whereas going the other way, positive 100, you have your classic ease out, so it's like very quickly going from that pose and eases and slowly gets into that squash. So if you go like 100%, like 100 plus the other way, up to you. I'll just stick with this one for now. So that looks good. Switch off onion skin. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, it's not too bad. So ease and then holds that pose, and then before it goes up. Alright, cool. So that goes that way. I'll say instead of squashing only that much, I want it to actually squash a bit more. So I'm gonna maybe lessen the frames, shift F5. Yeah, and I'll say here, I'm gonna create a keyframe. I'm gonna slightly squash it even more. Alternate, hold shift and let go of alternate. Right, cool. So it goes from here to here, so it's gonna squash even more. So I'm gonna create a tween here so that it goes from here and squash even more before it shoots up. Yeah, it feels better. Alright, yeah, it feels better. And if you're scared that, you know, you're gonna lose that drawing, well, you can always F6 that, and that becomes a, you know, a keyframe, a key drawing in each frame, so that, you know, there's no tween, and then you can be sure that that is a drawing, that is a drawing, that is a drawing. Yeah. Alright, cool. And then it shoots up. It's gonna go there. And it's gonna ease there. Okay, alright, I'm gonna try something. I will actually, it's gonna go here and ease there, and then come back here. Okay, I will actually let's just label this. This is the squash. So I'm gonna say this is the top. I'm gonna go under my properties and I'll say label this as the top, because it's squashing into itself. This is the normal, this is the normal look. So you can actually label that if you want, if you don't want to confuse yourself. Click that. I'll say that's N for normal, and then I'm gonna do that. Alright, cool. So what I think I'll do is I'll just simply, this is your squash again. Okay, I'll just simply select all of that, right mouse button, create classic tween. Let's see what it does first. It's not bad, it's not bad, certainly. Yeah, it's not bad, I guess. It's just we need to play with the ease a bit. Yeah, so I'm gonna select this one here, and I'm gonna do one of two things. It's got what I think it should do is it should ease into there and then ease out. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the ease first, so I'll just drag that part so that it's easing. So I know that 100 actually eases into that thing, so you can know for sure if we switch that on, so it eases into that look, and from here down to here we want it to do the other way around. So instead of 0, we want it to be -100. So it slowly gets out of that pose and goes to this drawing. And then from here to here, we got to decide again. I think I'll just leave it as 0 first here. I can't be really sure. Let's see. I'll just leave it as it is, and let's see how that looks like. That looks okay. A standard tween will do. So we don't really, I don't really change everything. Like this one, I do put 100. Going out from here, I do put -100. But here, I'll just leave it as 0. I'll say that's a simple tween, and that'll do its job. Alright, so it's going up. Cool, that's looking okay. This one was your standard ease, and it's gonna go here. Here's where we can decide. So going from this drawing to that drawing, do you want it to quickly get here? So right mouse button, we're gonna tween it first. So right now the tween is very even. You can see for yourself, see the same distance from one drawing to the next. So how do you want it to tween? So in my opinion, I think it should very quickly go to that drawing. So I'm gonna do something like that. So it's gonna stay there. Sorry, this is the other way. So let's see if I go -100. It stays there. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other way. I'll say that it very, oh, that's gonna ease. So that's not what I want. I actually want this. It's going to slowly ease out of it. So I'll say like, I don't know, -60 will do the trick. And let's see, I can also go frame by frame if I wanted to. Seems okay. Maybe that's too much drawing, or we'll know for sure in a bit. Maybe feels like it's too much, too many drawings there. So I know from here I want it to immediately go there. So I think I don't need all these drawings. Select those frames, shift F5, so it goes from here to here immediately. So we have that slam, that nice slam. And also I think maybe I'll just make it go up a bit. So we have a separation from here to here. So we have a nice slam, yeah, boom, like that. And it goes like, okay, this feels too much as well. Actually, this feels like too many frames going from here to here. Right now I have 1, 2, 3 before it hits there. Maybe I'll just remove one, shift F5, and maybe that will do. Yeah, it feels better. The drop. Yeah, it feels better. So we don't need that long. Alright, yeah. Alright, here we have the slam, cool, and it's gonna, I'll just do a standard tween. So that's gonna tween there, cool. And then it's gonna shoot up. Okay, I know for a fact that I want this drawing, and then the next drawing will be that immediately. So I'm gonna create a keyframe here. Means that I don't really need this. Let me just delete this. Well, you know, the shortcut is actually shift F6, so I'm gonna shift F6 that. So that's gonna tween there before it shoots up, and that feels too much as well. So I'm gonna remove maybe 2 frames. I'll just select one, shift F5, shift F5. So what happens is it's gonna squash into itself before it goes up again. Maybe that's too much, so I'll add one more back again. Yeah, feels, yeah, maybe one more. So yeah, it feels better. Yeah. Alright, so you're wondering what I'm doing. I'm using the mouse and I'm scrubbing along the timeline, and I'm hitting enter because I want to see the movement. And you need to do that a lot. You yourself need to constantly look at the animation and see whether the timing feels correct or not. And you gotta start to get a feel for it. If you're beginning, if you're learning animation and you know still trying to get your head around timing, here's a good practice in learning about timing and see whether it's working or not. So the more you do this, the better you get. Alright, it feels okay. So it's gonna squash, It's gonna go up back to this position, so I'll just tween that. Sorry, click create classic tween, and I know this should alright, let's have a look. I'm gonna repeat this again and again so that you guys really understand what I'm trying to get here. So it's easing, it's moving, it's tweening in an even fashion. What we want instead is for it to actually ease into there. So I'm gonna crank this up to 100 so that it's easing into it, slowly getting into that pose. Yeah, so it's gonna hold that shape a bit before it goes back down. So we can also tween that guy, classic tween. And you do notice that when I tween it, I tween in chunks. I do bit by bit. I don't simply tween everything because I want to look at the drawings from one keyframe to the next and decide what to do at every stage. So I'm gonna select that frame and decide this is even, so I want it to hold that look even more. So go -100. It's gonna hold that shape before it heads into this drawing, and then from here it will slam down there. The slamming part is I'll say it should happen immediately. So I'll just drag this here because I feel that switch off onion skin, it should be this drawing and then the next drawing is a slam like that. Yeah, alright, like that. Okay, so okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, feels okay. And from here it's going to gradually go there. Here's something that ideally I don't want it to just ease into there. What I could do instead is I'll increase the frames, and I'm gonna do the tween, the standard tween. And as always, our tween is not perfect, it's all even. So what do you want to do? What I want to do is something else. I want to ease out of that drawing and then ease into that, if you get what I mean. So I'm gonna find the middle point, which I think is somewhere, of course here I think. So let's just have one more drawing. I feel that's the middle point. So I'm gonna F6 here. Why? Because I'm gonna say this from here to here, I want it to ease out. Yeah, so we're gonna do something like that. Let's have a look at the onion skin. Oh, not that. Oh, sorry, this is going on until here. Okay, so until here. Okay, so I want it to ease out. That is easing in, so I'll just do the other way. So it's gonna ease from there, ease in. I mean, I confused, but it's in or out. Basically, I know what I want to do. I want it to slowly get out of that look into here, and from here to here, I want it to ease into there. So that will be, I think, that way. Yeah, that feels right. So it's gonna ease into that pose. Yeah, so switch off onion skin. Let's have a look. Yeah, something like that. See, and we can certainly increase this if you think you need more. All right, so let's have a look. Yeah, feels good. Yeah. You also you should notice that I actually mess up all the animation down here because I'm adding frames here, and then that actually affects the animation down here. So by right, if you want to compare, that's not the way to compare, so I'll just delete this layer so we can forget all about it. That one there, that might have changed as well, but at least we know that the key drawings are still there. And you see that this is your key drawings, your rough animation, or you can say that is your rough animation. It looks the same in terms of keys, the number of keys, but your blocking plus should be something more. Means that you might need more drawings, you might change the timing a bit, you might add frames and so on. Yeah, alright, so I'll just leave it there. No, it's not gonna be a big problem. Alright, cool. Is it perfect? I don't think so. I can do more with this, so I'm gonna do that. Before that, let's just shift F5 and delete all that. Alright, and let's just look at it. I feel the top could have more hang time. So here's the top. Alright, so it's gonna ease into that. Yeah, why not? So I'm gonna add more drawings here. add more drawings here. Oh, actually this doesn't get messed up, so you know, if I add more frames it seems to stick there, so that's a good thing. Alright, so ease and ease out. Okay, cool. Yeah, it feels better with all that hang time, but it feels too much as well, so lesson 1. Yeah, it feels better. The drop, yeah, not bad. So we have a snappy, nice and snappy thing before it gets there. Yeah, I think that one could have one more frame. Yeah, maybe that part could be a bit longer, just a bit more. Yeah, yeah, this one feels too much. So lesson 1. Yeah, when I say lesson 1 means like lesson 1 frame. I take out 1 frame, so I shift F5 sometimes like that. Yeah, but no, I just want it to be like that. That's fine. Yeah, cool. Okay, that feels okay, and therefore you have a complete animation. I hope that helps. Certainly you gotta give it a lot of practice. Couple things to note is the kind of look you want. Things to take note is before you actually go up, you want to squash down an anticipation, and what we want to happen most of the time is from a squash you want to immediately jump, like you get that snappy feel if it's 1 frame after the next. So here, frame 16, immediately frame 16 you have a stretch. Same thing, so it's gonna ease up, and then when you bring it back down, you're gonna have that big stretch before the slam onto the floor. 1 frame after the next, frame 41, that big stretch. The next frame immediately is a squash, and then hold that a bit, and then again same thing, from a squash it snaps back up like that, then hold that, ease that, and then ease out, and then again from a stretch you squash it. I think I can fix it a bit, so I'll just make it a bit softer. So I'll just bring it down a bit more so it doesn't feel like it's too much, because you already make it go up that way. Yeah, maybe that one I'll just make it go up a bit, and this one I'll just make it a bit softer, so it's like it snaps, goes up snappier, softly lands to the floor, and then eases. Let's have a look one last time. Yeah, feels better, certainly. So I'm gonna remove that, shift F5, and we have a complete animation.